Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. I'm excited to be here chatting with the community today about some topics that just didn't fit into What's Up in Makeup this week. They're just like little small stories, but I think that they're very interesting. And I think that the community here is going to have a lot to say and a lot of opinions. And that's what live chat is all about. So, I'm not going to go into what exactly. There are some things in the thumbnail to give you a little bit of a hint because we have something to do first. And the first thing we need to do before we get into these stories about innocence and purity and manipulation and, curing diseases. I mean, we have all kinds of things happening. We need to say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. If you are watching this on the replay, you are also part of the collective brain. You are going to participate down in the comments down below. And that is the best part of live chat, is not just my voice, but the voice of the community weighing in on these topics. So let's quickly say hello to Andrea. So good to see you. Beautiful Sunday morning. Let's have a great chat. I think it's going to be a great chat. Teresa, hello. Happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well as well. She says, don't forget to like and share. It really helps Jen out. It really, really does. Genuinely, it really does. Thank you so much, Teresa. And thank you to the rest of the moderators. If you were able to make it today, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Jackie, good morning to you. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Angie. Finally here on time and early. Don't forget to hit that like button before we get started. Thanks, Angie. Hi, Alicia. Happy Sunday to you. Jilly Mac, so happy to have you back. Finally off for a Sunday so I can enjoy chat again. So happy to see you. Ashley, so good to see you from California. Hi, Monica. Happy Sunday. Hi, Samantha. Good morning from beautiful and sunny Toronto, Canada. Thank you, Miss Lavender, for being here. I appreciate you. Hi, Erica. So good to see you. This is the first chat I'll attend from the beginning. Well, welcome. So happy to have you here. Kimberly, good to have you here. And Tish and Tina, first time ever being part of the live show. Good morning to you, Tina. Thank you so much for being here. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Linda from Glitter Fallout, my friend, is here. Hi, Linda. John said, I did not see that Linda was here. I didn't make it down that far. But hi, Linda. If you do not know Linda from Glitter Fallout, she is one of my very good friends. She is an amazing human, and I highly recommend you go check out her YouTube channel because she's fabulous. You're going to love her. I know you will. Okay, so before we get going, I do want to let you know that I've chosen a name for my microphone because we decided we were going to name him last week, him, her. We didn't know what pronouns, but I think I've chosen the name Jabberwocky for this guy because Jabber is like talking, and I love Alice in Wonderland. So like I feel like that's the perfect name, and it looks kind of monsterish. So yeah, we're going with Jabberwocky on the name of the microphone. So when you see this big fluffy guy in front of me, it's so that I sound fabulous. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the very first story. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down so that we are ready. So the first story has to do with backlash for a Kardashian. And I know a lot of you all do not like the Kardashians, but I feel like this has a deeper story that has been around for a really long time. And it's about children and makeup and innocence. So this is the story. Here's the photo that goes with it, and all the articles will be down below. So Penelope Disick, who is Kourtney Kardashian's daughter, she's 10 years old. She shared her makeup routine on TikTok on Friday night, and the article said, while some followers found it adorable, many others slammed her mother, Kourtney Kardashian, for allowing her 10-year-old to explore cosmetics at such a young age. She used serum on her skin to prep it before applying concealer under her eyes, under her cheekbones, and onto her forehead, blending the product in with the beauty blender. Finally, she topped off the look with eyeshadow, mascara, and lip gloss. In the clip, she captioned, "Have a good morning." So I know that we here in the community have mixed opinions about children wearing makeup. These were some of the opinions that were given by the article that I read. And again, all the articles that we're going to be talking about today are in the video description. So this one says, I have a 10-year-old. Just know they have only a few more years of pure innocence left before they start learning about becoming an adult, wrote one critic on Reddit. The second opinion, there's nothing wrong with a little kid experimenting with makeup and stuff, but for it to be published to the world to see gives me the irk. I think maybe ick. I don't know. I guess I'm old school. And then the third one says, out of all the things to be concerned about, a little girl's love for makeup, worry about yourself. So those are three very different opinions. And I'd be curious to know what the community thinks. Once I hear from the community, I'll tell you kind of where I'm going with this. Okay. Okay, Bunny Pie says too much for a young child. Siri says, could people please just stop making money off of their children? Mons says, yay, I made it. Yay. Hi, Mons. Afra says, when I was a kid, I could play with kids' makeup, but I was not allowed to wear it for real. It was a big deal when slightly tinted chapsticks and body glitter started around fourth grade. LOL. I am Finley says, stop trying to parent other people's kids, not Kardashian specific. This is universal. And Finley, that was why I wanted to bring this up, is because I do feel like this is not Kardashian specific, that this is a universal topic. Cindy says Kardashian children have no hope with the vain parents they have. Emily says, I think I was about 11 when I started experimenting with eye makeup. My mom took me to Ulta. Still a great memory. Melissa says, meh, it's fine. JK says, I think a little experimentation with makeup is okay, but I wouldn't put it on TikTok. So you're kind of going with the second opinion. Hi, Leslie. Leslie from Thriving Beyond says, 10 is young. I teach 10-year-olds, sixth grade. 10-year-olds in sixth grade? I guess that is 10. I guess some people might still be 10 in sixth grade. I've seen mascara and lip gloss so far this year. If I saw more than that, I'd be a bit startled, I think. Yeah. Wendy says, I started wearing makeup around 12 years old. That was many moons ago. Times are different. I'd be curious to know, Wendy, or anybody else that weighs in on that, how do you feel that times are different? And how do you feel that this applies? Do you feel that that means that kids should be allowed to wear makeup or shouldn't because times are different? That's what I'm really curious about regarding that. I think that's a good starter. Michelle says maybe not being able to put on that level, but if she likes to play with makeup and not being broadcasted. Roya says, in my opinion, she's too young to be doing a full face of makeup. Precious says, don't think it's a big deal. Linda says, I think we're in a different time now. These kids are all on TikTok and they're seeing it anyway. Let them experiment and have fun. Full disclosure, I do not have kids. That's a cat mama for you. But yeah, I think that even with kids, I think that it's important, even if you do have kids, to decide what is best for your own unique children. And I think that Linda even makes a good point, even without children, is that some kids can experiment and have fun. And I think that it's up to the parent to decide. That's my opinion. I feel like every parent needs to decide what's best for their own unique children, and how it's going to affect them. I don't believe that makeup can ruin innocence. I don't believe that. What I think ruins innocence is society's reaction to that makeup. So if, like, for example, remember Dance Moms and what was it? Not Dance Mom. Was it Dance Moms? No, I never watched Dance Moms. It was the one that was about beauty pageants for little kids. And, I think that sometimes society can look at children inappropriately if they're wearing an adult's version of makeup. And I think that's where it ruins innocence, is not the child themselves, but society's reaction to that child. So I kind of lean toward the second person. Like I feel like if the child is doing it because they're having fun and not because they think there's something wrong with them and that they need makeup to look better, and they're doing it in their own space, like I think that that's fun. Like, especially if they're doing like special effects kind of makeup, or I don't know. I It's hard to say a general statement that will be appropriate for all children. My oldest, they decided they wanted to start wearing eyeliner about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and they're 14, so around 12. And sometimes they wear a little bit of blush. Sometimes they wear, like, I don't know if they wear, I think that's it. Maybe a little bit of highlight, maybe some natural eyeshadow. But that's their choice. If they wanted to do a full beat, at 14, I would have to ask them why they want to do a full beat and make sure to keep an eye on it because I tell my kids, and this is just a parenting choice for me personally, is that mental health is number one. Number one thing. Of all things in life, your mental health is number one because that leads to physical health. Physical health is definitely up there, maybe almost tied with number one. Um, because I feel like if you have a good solid base of mental health and physical health, then a lot of the other things will also fall better into place. So finding that why they want to do it, I think is really, really important. That's kind of where I fall is almost like between the it doesn't matter to maybe that just do it in the privacy of your own home kind of thing. Like when you're talking about full beat at 10. Like, if my 10-year-old kid wanted to wear lip gloss, I have 0 problem with a 10-year-old wearing lip gloss. Like, it's just a step up from lip balm, like a not tinted lip gloss. Like that I think where it crosses line for some people is the full beat and, the concealer and all of that. I think that that's where it crosses a line for people. But I also agree with the whole thing that someone was saying earlier about let people parent their own children because we don't know their child, and what's best for their child. Melissa says, I agree. It's the reaction that needs to change. Michelle, I think even when with having a really little one, I've already learned that my parenting choices for my son are different than what others make for their children. And I think also, Michelle, you have to tell me if you agree with this or not. The parenting choices you think you would have made before you have children is different than the parenting choices you make after you have children. And even if you are a pet mama or a pet daddy or a pet parent, I feel like even there, you might be able to relate to that. That maybe when you look and judge someone else with a pet, and then your pet goes through a similar thing, you're like, well, maybe there's a line here that is a little mushy, when you have to make decisions. I don't know. You have to tell me. Cindy says, anyone else remember Tinkerbell makeup to play with back when we were 10ish? Yes. I believe I do remember that. I believe I do. Yeah, and I remember getting, like, a caboodle with, like, little kids' fun play makeup. My mom sold Avon, so she used to let me play with the little lipstick samples, and I loved playing with those, but I never went out of the house with them, but I never wanted to go out of the house with them either. So I think that's important. Yeah, Eileen makes a really good point. It would be different if her mom or aunts were sticking it on her face, like doing it because they wanted her to look prettier. They wanted her to, they want, oh, why don't we put a little concealer on because, because this and this and that, or you'd be so pretty if you did this and that with makeup. Like that, I agree. That I think is not a parenting choice that I would make personally. But this seems to be something she likes, and it would be unfair to take that away in that case. And I think that the question there is do you allow them to go public with it? Because another layer of this is the whole TikTok thing and how kids are always a lot of kids are watching TikTok. And yes, there's a lot of inappropriate things, but there's also things that are funny and lighthearted and things to advance interests and to help kids to learn new things. Like, and it's the filter on there is atrocious because it's kind of set by whatever you click on. I wouldn't say it's atrocious, but it's not a kid's platform, but we can't deny that there are a lot of children using it. And when you see something and you admire it, you want to emulate it. And I think that might be what's happening here, that she sees her mom and her aunts all over social media and she wants to participate in it too. So I don't know. Oh, Tiffany says, I'm 51. I was called a tramp for wanting to wear makeup when I was 12. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Crazy by proxy. I'd be more concerned because the internet can be so toxic. The makeup is supposed to be fun, so let's try to keep it that way. Yeah, and I think that's probably why she deleted it. Is that you don't want to expose your kid to that kind of feedback at that age because like I am so thankful that when I was like 13, I did not have social media because I would have been the kid wearing the crop tops and trying to look sexy and trying to get the attention. I would have been that kid. And that would have not been good for my mental health. That would have been very bad for me. So I'm very thankful that I didn't have that in my life. Very, very thankful. because that would have totally been me. You know, I wouldn't have thought about adults looking at it, you know? I would have thought about, "Oh, cute boys, you know, I wanna look cute for the cute boys." I wouldn't have thought about adults. So I would have hoped, you know, if that had been me, would have hoped a parent would have stepped in and been like, "Dude, this is not okay," you know? So I don't know what Penelope ended up looking like at the end of it as far as how adult she looked, but that would be my concern as a parent, is society looking at my child in an inappropriate way. So, all right. So we're 15 minutes in, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is completely different, but also makeup related. And this topic is regards to using marketing techniques on packaging and misleading marketing. So there's a new lawsuit, and it's against Gillette. So Gillette has a pure shave cream. Okay, it's mostly the lawsuit is that it contains mostly non-pure ingredients. So it's a class action lawsuit. The lawsuit claims that the Gillette brand Pure Shave Cream is falsely advertised and that the majority of the ingredients are not as pure as customers are led to believe. So we're really making a jump to a completely different topic, but one that we talk about on this channel very often. So it's a 15-page lawsuit. It says that the statements on the shave cream's front label, let's talk about it. Hold on a minute. We have the photo. We have the oh, I forgot to attach it. Ah. I forgot to attach it. Okay, so maybe I should get it real quick. I'll get it real quick. I think it's important for you to see this. Okay, I just typed it in, getting the images. Here's the one. Oh no, I clicked on a shopping link. Oh, never mind. I can still get it. Boop. Stop it. Okay. Stop. Pop-ups. I hate pop-ups. You hate pop-ups as much as I hate pop-ups. They're so annoying. All right, I've got it. File, save as, doesn't matter, save. All right. And now I'm inserting it into the stream. I like telling you what's happening so you know the progress, almost like when you're on hold with customer service and it's like, do, 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 do. What's happening? Where is it? There it is. Open and uploading. And here it is. Bam. Okay. There it is. Okay. So the 15-page lawsuit contends that the statement on the shave cream's front label, including that with the product, is wait, what? It says pure on it. It says free from alcohol, dyes, parabens, sulfates, made with 100%, made with aloe. Gosh, I butchered that. So free from alcohol, dyes, parabens, sulfate. There's also a big 0% on there. And then it says made with aloe. What they're saying is that it's misleading given the product contains non-pure and they say even harmful chemical ingredients and an insignificant amount of aloe. All right. So I looked into it to see whether I thought this lawsuit was going to do anything. And essentially, it says that okay, so they define pure. And they say that to most consumers, and you'll have to see whether you agree with this, pure means not significantly altered from their original natural state and also not harmful in any way. So the suit alleges that 10 out of the 14 ingredients in this product are not pure since they've been significantly altered from their original or natural state, and in some cases are toxic or harmful. They cite ingredients like palmitic acid and stearic acid, also glycerin and coconut acid as the significantly altered ingredients. Okay. And these are very, very common ingredients that are in cosmetics. But what they're saying is that they're not pure. All right. The one that really stood out to me, though, is potassium hydroxide. And if you're a cosmetic chemist or if you know more about this, you have to tell me if you know more about this ingredient than I do. But I looked up, and two sources that I trust, Paula's Choice, which has an ingredient dictionary there, they say that in higher concentrations, potassium hydroxide can aggravate the skin, even if used in rinse-off products. The Derm Review, which is another great website, they say that it can be harsh in higher concentration, causing irritation and sensitivity. A study on skin products found that using an alkaline cleanser even once can do significant damage to the skin, and that the damage is cumulative. The longer you use the product, the more damage it does to your skin. And then they go into the point that aloe is the 13th ingredient and therefore probably is hardly in there and shouldn't be advertised as a helpful ingredient in the product. And it sounds like to me personally that they have a case to fix this, because honestly, like, I think a lot of people don't know that terms like pure aren't regulated. A lot of people don't realize that that's not a real thing. Like, if you look at this, like, the marketing on this looks like something that would be like, oh, it's so clean, it's so pure. And a lot of people are looking for that in their products right now, because they don't realize that this stuff isn't regulated. So I think that they have a case to get them to change the marketing and the packaging for it, because I do think that it's misleading. Let's see what you all have to say. Jennifer says, I'm too old and jaded to believe anything the packaging says. Michelle, toxic, stop it. Ah, Indigo, hi, Indigo. Pure doesn't equal not harmful. See, we know that, but do other people know that? That's the question. Jay says the packaging and message pull you in, but it's up to you as a consumer to read and understand ingredients. What works for one does not work for all, and we choose what to purchase. That's true. I do feel like, though, some of us ingredient geeks, like, we put the time and the energy into it, and we have the time, but I don't think everybody has the time to do that. So I feel like, in a way, our government need, like, the FDA, the FTC, like, governments that protect us from things. I feel like they do need to, like, that's their job. That's, like, the whole reason why they exist, is to protect us from stuff like this. So yeah, in a way, it is our job as a consumer to kind of know what we're buying, but some people just don't have time, and I get that, to look at ingredients like maybe I do, or maybe you do, or some other people here do. And we make it more of a priority, where, some people, they just don't like science, you know, but does that put that on them? I personally think I'm happy that our government has those regulatory agencies to try to help us, help us to protect us from brands with misleading marketing. Siri says, ha, oh, ha, okay, I'm gonna skip that word. That makes no sense. Pure means without traces of other compounds, like pure heroin. Definitely not healthy, but pure. Gotcha. So pure you're saying, like, without, pure to you means like not containing, like, unadulterated kind of thing. Like, it doesn't have, I mean, but all products should be pure in that way, right? They shouldn't have hair in them. They shouldn't have fibers in them. They shouldn't have pieces of metal in them, you know? I don't know. Razor Blade says, do you really use shaving cream? I use body wash. I use shaving oil that I love. Kim says, I don't agree that pure is non-toxic. Pure acid is toxic. That's a good point. Pure, arsenic is toxic. It's a good point. Kim makes a good point. All right, I'm going to scroll down quite a bit. Mary says, like, pure crap. Exactly. It doesn't mean that it's good. I don't want to put pure crap on my parts that I'm shaving. Rachel says, these words really need to be defined so we don't keep getting into situations like this. Companies can avoid more of these lawsuits, and we can feel more confident in what we're buying. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Totally agree with you, Rachel. Like, there are certain things I feel like the government should stay out of. But I feel like this is one of those things that I feel like the government really needs to be involved in making sure that we're getting truthful things in our products and that it's not misleading. So, I mean, the big thing was the potassium hydroxide that was like, I don't know. I don't review a lot of cleansing products, so that's not something I've come across very often. And I didn't have it in my long-term memory, so I was like, ugh. I would not want to put that on my face, especially people with sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin, but especially people with sensitive skin, that probably would be irritating. It's like, wait, but it was pure. And the other point that they made that I didn't mention, that I didn't write down in my notes, was that sometimes people will pay more money for something labeled pure, when really the ingredients are not any better than something you would get that isn't labeled pure, So then you're getting into the not buying crap thing. Flory says, if you can't pronounce an ingredient, then it's not natural. That's what I've been told. I wish that it were that simple. I wish it were that simple, because there are a lot of scientific, because a lot of people, Flory, are with you on this, and they go by the same rule. And I think that applies more with, like, food. where a lot of food packaging will simplify their ingredient list to the names of the food. You know, it contains almonds and flour and all of that. But with cosmetics, there's like things like I don't know, I'm trying to think of something like shea butter and some ingredients that are natural. They have a scientific name that they often use on packaging. So I wish it were that clear cut and simple. But thank you for bringing that up because I think a lot of people do follow that, and I think it's important to know that that's not always the case. Sandra says, I hate it when packaging uses terms like clean, pure, and natural. It makes me look at ingredients even more closely. Yes. And I'm so glad that we in our space have that awareness. And I think that it's important for us to share that awareness with people that maybe aren't in our space because clean beauty marketing is everywhere. And there are so many people that believe it. When I've talked about this before in live chat, when I talk to people like at a cookout or, family gathering or whatever, where there's people that I don't know, a lot of them, when they find out what I do, they talk about, what's your favorite clean beauty makeup? And it's like, let me tell you a little story about clean beauty, okay? And they're surprised, they're shocked that I have that opinion. So, and I think sometimes they don't believe me. And I tell them, please go do the research for yourself. And I direct them toward professional sites to learn about that. But there's so much misinformation about clean beauty out there that people don't realize because they don't have the time. They're not in that circle. They're not in that space to realize that a lot of it is crap and that it's unregulated. And I hope, like we were talking about just a minute ago, I hope that our government steps in and starts regulating those terms and defines what do those things actually mean so that brands have to abide by those rules, or else they'll have class action lawsuits and they'll have all of these things happening that will be financial punishments for the brand, or marketing, they'll have to repackage and all of that, and they won't want to deal with that, so therefore they will just protect us from the jump, hopefully. Yeah, Cindy says people just really just need to start being smarter and using their heads, but I think that it's hard because you can't be smart about everything. You know what I mean? I guess a society that needs do not use water and on their hair dryers need the babysitting. Yeah, and I agree with you to a point that we do need to take responsibility for our own actions. I do agree with that, but at the same time, I think we can't be smart about everything. Like for example, like cars. I need all of the warnings on my car. I need all of the things because I don't know anything about cars, So something that may be obvious to somebody that knows things about cars may not be obvious to me. And there are people that weren't warned by their parents. Maybe their parents weren't involved or their parents just didn't take the time to teach them about hair dryers causing electrocution in the bathtub. You know what I mean? Like, so like I get it, but at the same time, like I feel like we need all of the warnings. But I totally get where you're coming from, 100%. Interesting. Makeup or Breakup blog says someone wrote that they don't trust the government, so having the government involved with regulations tends to be frowned upon. Wow. This makes me so sad. This makes me so incredibly sad because it's like we have to be able to trust somebody because we can't be there all the time. So it's like, how many of us have been to space? We have to trust the space scientists and what they're telling us. You know what I mean? So it's like, what? What's up?
No.
You know,
All the flat earthers are unsubscribing.
I know, by flat earthers. Like I feel like we have to have a level of trust for professionals in a field, and if we can't trust the professionals in a field, then we're screwed because we can't know everything about everything and we're going to fall into conspiracy theories. And I think that's where a lot of our society is right now, is that we are so not trustful that we are trusting things that make absolutely no sense, have no proof behind it, instead of trusting scientists. You know what I mean? And I think that that's really, really dangerous for society as a whole, to be so untrustworthy that you can't trust the professionals, that you end up trusting people that have zero credibility, you know? So I think that's super, super dangerous. But thank you for bringing that up because I do think that that's a really important point in this topic. I think it's very important and it's very relevant to where our society is today. All right, let's take a little bit of a break. And then I have two more stories that are a little less deep and a little more interesting. Well, not more interesting, but I'm very, very interested in these next two topics. All right, let me take a sip of coffee because it's delish. And let's talk about what's on my face today. I'll bring my little la, 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 la. So on my eyes today, I decided to set up my look. I've been really digging on this, doing a natural eye and then like a sparkly eyeliner. It's really fun. I've done it the past 3 times I've done makeup and it's been really fun. So I set it up with the Gwen Stefani palette. This is called Danger Zone. It's a really nice, cool tone, natural palette. And then I put on my Hindash eyeliner. Oop, I almost knocked my coffee over. And then I used my Cleona Cosmetics eyeshadows. They sent me these a really long time ago. I purchased the Gwen Stefani, but I used this shade right here on my lid, on like over top of the eyeliner. This is in the shade Abrasion. Wait till I swatch that for you. I'm going to swatch it for you. And then on the lower lash line, I use this guy. This one is called Wormwood. And I'm going to swatch these for you because if you've never seen the gloriousness of Cleona Cosmetics, oh my friend, you do have to be a little careful with the stained glass ones because they're really soft, but oh my Lord. Look at that. Okay, so this one is the one that's on my, they almost look kind of this, it's kind of similar. This is the one that's on my eyeliner and this is the one that's on my lower lash line. Make sure, yes. Let me just swatch that one more time. Yeah, so this is, I think, a stained glass shadow, and then this is one of their regular shadows. So you can see the level of shine bumped up on the stained glass. Just, oh, they're really similar. I'm surprised how similar they are in the swatch. So I've really been loving that, really having fun, like seeing that sparkle. I like a little bit of sparkle. It's really fun. How many times can I say really fun in a period of 1 minute? All right. Next up on my cheeks today, I use a little bit of this Too Faced Golden Cocoa Bronzer. I cannot stress to you enough how little pigmentation this has. This is, if you are scared of bronzer because you don't want to go overboard, and if you are not of a deeper skin tone, because this isn't going to show up on a lot of people, this is fabulous for people scared of the pigmentation of a really pigmented bronzer. But if you are looking to like really go for it, this is not your product. Not your product at all. That's purchased. This is PR. This is a Ciate blush and First Date. Bloop, bloop. That's what's on my cheeks today. And I top that off with a little bit of purchased About Face Light Lock Highlighter in Stay in Bed. Let me swatch this for you too. Get my pinky because the other one has glitter all over it. And this does not have glitter. It's just got a little bit of shine. Hopefully I can get it to focus because I was having trouble getting it to focus yesterday. Maybe if I do this. Sometimes if I do that, there we go. You see it? Bloop, bloop. And then on my lips, I used the Sigma. This is PR, Sydney Grace. I'm so excited for Tina from the Fancy Face getting the collab with Sydney Grace. So I'm like in my head. This is the Sigma Cinderella liquid lipstick. This is one of my favorite shades recently. And then I topped it with the new Lights Lacquer. This is PR. These are both PR. This is Alyssa from Lights Lacquer. So that is what's on my face today. Where did my paper towel go? Oh, I threw it in the trash. Let's get a new one. All right. But yeah, I'm really digging this look. I think it came out really cute. I'm loving the sparkly eyeliner. Feeling it. Just be prepared because I'm probably going to do this a lot on days that I'm not reviewing products and just like having fun. All right. So let us go on to the next thing. So this, speaking of deeper skin tones, I thought this was really cool. So this is L'Oreal filing a patent on tinted sunscreen specifically for dark phototypes. So this is different. This type of sunscreen is different. They're specifically formulating it for the Fitz. I've heard of the Fitzpatrick scale is not great, but that's what they're basing on because I guess that's what we have right now. This is the Fitzpatrick scale. So type 5 and type 6 is who they're marketing this for and who this is specifically for. It's a tinted sunscreen. But the thing about tinted sunscreens, what L'Oreal is saying is that tinted sunscreens for deeper skin tones tend to add in that white cast because of the titanium dioxide and stuff like that. So it looks like ashy, it looks grayish, it doesn't look good. So what they want to do is they are filing this patent for this specific type of sunscreen that will look good on those skin tones without leaving that ashy color, which I thought was very cool. It's a UVA UVB protection sunscreen. The product would have a high UV protection with a makeup effect and a medium to high coverage and fit with diverse skin tones and subtones. So I don't know why they're saying diverse. I guess because it's going toward the deeper skin tones. Maybe people with lighter skin tones can use it too. Maybe they're going to formulate it for both, but this patent specifically is going to be for deeper skin tones. They cite that current formula. Oh, I already said that about the white cast. The patent states that there is a need for a stable cosmetic composition for providing dark color shades adapted for skin phototypes 5 and 6 without compromising desirable sunscreen benefits. Neither the satisfactory sensorial perception. So basically, like it, yeah. So the sensory perception of the product can be bad for people in 5 and 6. That is also capable of attracting the makeup consumer to the sun care market. So I just thought that was really cool that they're working on that, and that we should probably see some of those products at some point in the near future. And I was curious, if you do use tinted sunscreen and you are a 5 or a 6, have you had that problem, and are you excited about this potentially coming? Because what's going to happen most likely with a lot of patents is L'Oreal will patent it, and then they'll spread it out to all of their sub brands being able to use it. So we'll start seeing a lot of different brands using this, which I think is super cool and smart. I think it's smart. Okay, Indigo says they are all so gray on me, all of them. So hopefully L'Oreal can nail it. Oh, back to Tina, just real quick. The Violet December says, love Tina, so happy for her. Me too. One of the few, along with Jen, who's truthful and advocates for consumers. She absolutely does. She's incredible. Thank you, Flory. Enjoying chatting. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you, Flory. Mwah. I appreciate you so much. Afresh says, this is great to hear. Makeup brands actually innovating and finding new formulas for the gaps in makeup. And I think financially it's smart for business. Erica says, yes, most sunscreen is either ashy or greasy on me. Oop, I clicked on a different one. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what broke upstairs a while back. I didn't mean to click on that one, but I don't remember. I don't know what that was. I think something crashed upstairs in a previous live chat and something broke and I didn't know what it was. Oh, you know what? It was a plate. It was the kids and it was a plate, I think. Back a long time. I think it was like a few weeks ago. I lost the one that I was trying to click on. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. It was Afrest. This is great to hear. Makeup brands actually innovating and finding new formulas for the gaps in makeup. Oh my gosh, Afrest, I have to tell you a story. So last week, what was it? Somebody commented, because you had commented last week about something, about Physicians Formula. You were saying that you found some good Physicians Formula. And I said, it's probably because you watch a lot of YouTube. And they thought that that was like offensive, that like I thought that, like, I don't know, somehow they thought it was offensive. And I tried to explain to them, I was like, I just know Afrest. Afrest has been a subscriber of mine for a really long time. And I'm pretty sure Afrest watches a lot of YouTube videos. So I didn't clarify that I wasn't saying anything negative about like you. But they didn't get that I knew who you were. And that's why I made the comment that you probably watch a lot of YouTube videos and that's how you pick out good Makeup Revolution products. So I wanted to mention that to you because I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh. All right. Okay. Anna says, I'm more like 4, but they also look gray on me. That's why I use a Murad Shield, but it's too expensive. Gotcha. Sandra says, yes, it's so difficult to find sunscreen of SPF 30 or above for dark skin tones. Most are greasy and have the white gray cast on darker skin. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how it was it was like, I forget what the context was that they thought that was like rude of me to assume that they watch a lot of makeup YouTube. I don't know. It was a strange comment. But But I mean, it's fine. People have a right to their opinion. Absolutely. All right. Um, anyway, let me go ahead and move on. Yeah, people have a right to their opinion. Absolutely, 100%. But I just thought that was funny, and I thought you would find that amusing. All right. So, yeah, one more comment on that, and then we'll move on to the last one. Susan says, WTF took so long for companies to care about various skin tones. I mean, yay, but it's 2022. Yeah. Um, yes. Oh, Jen, that's awesome. You remember me. I've been a fan for years. I've seen your comments for years. Absolutely. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, I mean, I think that Susan makes a really good point as far as it taking a really long time. And I think that what's happening is that companies change when they realize that money is there to be made. And I think they realize that there is a big hole in the market there. Like a lot of the people are saying here in chat that they can't get sunscreens over SPF 30 that work well. And I think for a while there was a misconception that if you have a deeper skin tone, you don't need sunscreen because typically there isn't a lot of burning happening. But what we've learned is that yes, you do need sunscreen because of skin cancer. So I think that the awareness is happening in people that have deeper skin tones. There's more awareness, therefore there's more people looking to buy, therefore there's more innovation to capture that market. And I think that's the evolution. That's my opinion. But yeah, I mean, yay, but it's 2022. I agree. All right. Real quick. All right. So last one. And this isn't makeup related, but it made me stop and do a double take. And I think that it's relevant. So this is the title of the article. I didn't put the title. Oh, really? Okay. Does a common mouthwash ingredient inhibit SARS-CoV-2 or whatever, COVID-19? Does a certain mouthwash ingredient like inhibit it from? And it looks like there's some research studies to say that it does. So this is a snippet from the article, and I thought you would find this interesting. Overall, the study indicates that word, I'm going to try, I'm probably going to get it wrong, pyridinium, I don't know, chloride, I can't even say it. I don't know, containing products can be used as a preventative measure to reduce the transmission rate and progression of COVID-19 infection. An ongoing clinical study is examining the effect of this ingredient on the viral load in the saliva of COVID-19 patients. So essentially, I think what they're saying is that it helps to protect your mouth from, but you know what? I don't even want to say it. Let me click on it and go back into it because I did this like super late last night and I was really tired and I should have said like typing down exactly what it says it does, but it was so science heavy and my brain was toast at that point. So according to research, evidence suggests the virus can replicate in the oral cavity and release into saliva. The literature also establishes an association between salivary content of COVID-19 and COVID-19 aggravation, or the SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19 aggravation. Scientists' current study investigated the antiviral effect. Few studies have indicated that the ingredient is effective against wild type SARS-CoV-2 at low concentrations. The plaque, let me see. See, it's very science heavy. It says the study concluded that the ingredient containing products can be used as a preventative measure to reduce transmission rate and progression. So it'll stop you. They're saying that it may stop you not only from getting it, like help you to not get it, not stop you, but it may help you not get it, but it also may help you to not pass it as much. That it basically kills it in your mouth to an extent, which I thought was super cool. But how long does it last? That's the thing. That's my question is like, let's say you use mouthwash in the morning. How long is it going to be there protecting you? I don't know. But I thought it was fascinating that they're finding these things that might help us as well. And does it protect against other things? I have so many questions. Yeah, okay. So Kelly's Corner says if you have COVID-19, use those mouthwashes and it will reduce the odds of you transmitting the virus to others. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just found that absolutely fascinating. So I wanted to mention it's not like a big, it's not like a big conversation topic, but I just figured I would mention it because I found it. And that's why it wasn't in What's Up in Makeup today, because it wasn't really relevant to makeup. So yeah, so at this point we have about 15 minutes left. I did have some other stories about like different celebrities coming out with makeup and skincare lines and stuff, but it was like, again. I couldn't, I was like, "Meh." So I did not include those, but I did have other ones that I thought about doing, but so we can just talk about whatever topic you find interesting. We had a lot of interesting topics in What's Up in Makeup today. Yes, absolutely. Shadow Flyer Jadis, can we just talk ketchup for a moment? Dude, dude, dude. Okay, if you did not watch What's Up in Makeup today and you don't want the spoiler of what happens with ketchup or makeup, let me show you because dude. All right. This is it. Okay. And I think it's important to recognize because I've seen people saying that they're no longer buying Fenty because they think this collaboration is so stupid. I think that it's important to recognize that the MSCHF, the people that Fenty collaborated with on this ketchup or makeup collab, they do weird things on purpose that are like, it's like supposed to be like art, you know? Like you either you can like do your own interpretation of what it means kind of thing. Like it's not supposed to be taken seriously. And I think that people like calling it a cash grab and stuff. It's like, I don't think that that was the point. I think the point was to just do something weird and also to play on the weird collabs that are coming out. I mean, we've seen cheese scented nail polish. It's real, it exists. It's Velveeta and Nails Inc. We saw roast beef Arby's deodorant. Okay. Like this is a real thing. All right. These weird collabs. So I think this is a play on that. And I think if you're going to purchase this, you have to purchase it for the fun factor and for the novelty factor of it. It's like purchasing a lollipop with a cricket inside. You know what I mean? Like it's you don't purchase it because you want to use the makeup kind of thing. Even though I will tell you, I was very disappointed in the amount of ketchup and lip gloss that I got in this. I don't know if I should spoil it for you. But I did decided, maybe I'll spoil it for you. If you didn't watch What's Up in Makeup and you don't want spoilers on what I got in this. Well, first of all, let me just show you what it is. So essentially what they give you is they give you 6 packets. And I thought that they were going to be full on ketchup packet size. They're not. They're not ketchup packet size. They are the smallest amount that you can put in a little sample that you might get for free. It's the smallest amount that you can pop. I mean, it was so tiny. It says that it contains zero point 0.03 fluid ounces or 1 milliliter. I would dare to say it even had less than that. It was so tiny. And the idea is that it was either ketchup inside or it was makeup inside. And you open them to find out. And I did hear that there are variations on this that I haven't heard of anybody getting all ketchup or all makeup, but you get at least one ketchup and at least one makeup. So here's where the spoilers come in. Let me show you. I decided I was going to buy lip gloss containers to put the whatever it was in there so we could see how much we actually got. So I squeezed out all of the product and this is what we got. This was $27 including shipping. And then I spent about $5 on the containers because I think it was like 6 or something containers. That's it. And the thing about this is I had all intentions of using this, but the thing is it's gonna get trapped here, like, on the side, because you know when you get, like, a lip gloss, like, unless I cut open the back, because now I've sealed it tight, unless I cut open the back and scoop it out, I'm not gonna be able to use this. This is probably gonna end up going in the trash. And this was just to show you how much ketchup was in there. Like, how many french fries do you think that you could dip into this? I would say at max for me, it's 2 french fries, because I use a lot of ketchup when I use french fries. And the other thing I realized is that I already have this color. I got this in a holiday set like 2 years ago. I already have this color. It's the same stinking thing. So I'm trying to hold on to my dignity and say that I got it for fun. I got it to show you. I got it to open it with you. I got it for the novelty factor. I didn't get it to get functional product. That wasn't the point, to get functional product. So that's the thing. That's how I feel about it. I would love to know what you all feel about it.
Tina just got here.
No, she did not. Tina is here apparently. There she is. Hi, my friend. Congratulations on your collab with Sydney Grace. It is gorgeous. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. I know you told me you were working on something, but I didn't know what it was. And now I know, and it's gorgeous. And I'm not surprised it's gorgeous. You did a fantastic job. I love the design. You did a great job on your design. I'm so happy for you. And thank you for coming to chat. Back to the Fenty thing. Cecilia says, good morning. What in the actual hell Fenty foolishness? Yeah, I mean, but it's kind of supposed to be, you know? Oh, April says Angelica has a review on, I think it comes out later this week on Sydney Grace. Yes, it does. It does. I think it's the first Tina, right? So Angelica is, Newquist is so good at getting out things very quickly. So good. So I'm very happy that that's already out. Yeah, there was Indigo, there was a roast beef deodorant collab. It was like an Arby's thing. It's like weird. We had the bologna face mask. We have all kinds of things.
Was that actually real though?
Yes, it was real. It was real. It was on their website. It just was sold out when I got there. It was real. There was a commercial for it and everything. Oh, you would have gotten it. See, that's the thing. I'm mad you didn't get it too. Yes, you would have. You wouldn't have. Yeah, I'm not sure if John, you can hear John because my mic's different, but he said no one wants to smell like meat. Liz says not paying $25 for some gimmicky art. LOL. Sorry if I missed the point. No, one of the reasons why I got it is so that you didn't have to buy it. So you could just look at it and be like, oh, okay, and then save your money. That was one of the reasons. Yeah, so. But yeah, I mean, I think it was interesting. I did. I'm glad that I got it for the experience, even though it's ridiculous. Like I thought that we would at least get a ketchup packet's worth, and we did not. We did not. Not even with all three, because I got 3 of each. So this is 3 packets. This is 3 packets of ketchup. That's not even 1 packet of regular packet of McDonald's ketchup. Patrick says, but is not this a MSCHF product, not a Fenty product? This is a blind box MSCHF game. This shouldn't be purchased to get Fenty Beauty or ketchup. Why so negative? It's fun. I'm not negative. I'm being negative. I'm being positive. Oh, maybe just in general. Maybe just people in general. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a Fenty product though, because it's a collaboration. So I would say that this is it's a MSCHF collabing with Fenty, kind of like Nails Inc. releasing the nail polish. It's not a Velveeta product. It's a Nails Inc. product, where the opposite is true here. I see what you're saying now. It's a MSCHF product in collaboration with Fenty. Yes, that's a really good point. Now that I've digested it and comprehended what you're saying, Patrick, I agree. It's for the art of it. It's for the fun of it. It's not to be taken seriously as like, I want to get my money's worth as far as makeup. You know what I mean? Yeah. Finley says one hell of a gag gift. Yeah. Kind of like pop. Yeah. Pop art. Yeah. SV says, I feel like it's a stupid waste of money. Yeah. Emily's congratulating Tina. Yeah. Samantha's congratulating Tina. I'm so happy for her. Tina's amazing. If you've never been over to the Fancy Face, go over and check her channel out. Naomi says, late capitalist art is wild. This is giving me Banksy era. Yes, it is kind of Banksy-ish. If you don't know Banksy, look up the painting that was shredded. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Susan says, too late on the dignity, but we so love you anyway. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Slick jumped over the lazy dog like the idea, but wouldn't buy it. Tina says, thanks so much. You're the best. Did you get it yet? I sent it your way. I did not get it yet, but it may be at the studio because I get all of my mail at the studio. John, when was the last time you went to the studio? A couple days ago?
Yeah, I'll be there this week.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's sitting there, I'll get it this week. So, but thank you. Thank you so much for sending it to me. That was so nice of you. Thank you. I can't wait to get my fingers all in it, do all the swatches and get it on my eyeballs. It's like, oh, I'm so excited. And I love one thing. I don't have, you know what? Let me put up the picture of Tina's palette real quick. Let me go to Instagram and go to Sydney Grace. I'll put it up real quick so you can see it, because I know we're flipping back and forth between these two things, but I ADHD me. Okay. Tropicolor. There it is. Oh, those are swatches. Hold on. I want to get the picture of the full palette. I know it's here. There it is. Okay. Let me capture it. New capturing. Save as different letters. And then we'll go and we'll insert it, so you guys can see. So one thing that Tina did was that she wanted this to be not just a bright color palette, but also a palette that had some natural shades in there. So if you don't just use color, because Tina wears a lot of color, you can do some natural stuff and then do a pop of color. So let me get Tina's comment off there so we can see the palette. So you can see, like, you can really set up some natural stuff going on, or things that are less bright, and then throw the bright on there if you want to. And it's not as bright as the other palette that she did, which I think is right here. So this is the Hummingbird palette that she did with Odin's Eye, which is a little more bright. So you can see kind of the difference, where this is more like what Tina wears on her channel. But the other one, the new one, is more like it's a collaboration with Sydney Grace. And what she was saying is she feels like Sydney Grace has a lot more of a natural aesthetic. So she wanted to do a nice mix of the colors and the more natural shades. I think she did a really nice job. I cannot wait to play with this. But I love that the color story is so different than the Odin's Eye one. So if you're a Tina fan, you're getting something completely different than her last collab. So yeah, that's my pitch. All right, going back and forth with different things. Yeah, launches Thursday. Thank you, Tina. Oh, Siri says, "Oh God, the baloney face mask actually made me retch when I saw that on YouTube. I'm traumatized." You know, I bought a bunch of those. I was planning on doing a whole thing with it, and then I never used it. I never used one of them. I gave one to John to use in his ASMR videos. He has an ASMR channel called Certified Mood, and I gave him one of them to use, but I don't know if he used it yet. So that's a thing. I don't know if I will actually use it. I know Teresa's dad used one on her channel. It was great. But I was the kid, though, that bit my bologna and put it on my face. I was a bologna kid. I loved bologna. Bologna was like my after school snack. I ate bologna all the time, just like straight. I never ate, I didn't, well, I guess I ate some bologna and cheese sandwiches, but I would just grab it out of the fridge and just eat a piece of bologna all the time and make the masks out of it. Yeah, Afra says, yeah, pots might have been better for the packs. Just dip your finger in so there's little product, you use it up quickly. Yeah. As far as like squeezing it in, I think you're right. I think if I had gotten a little pot for it, but I thought that I would get more than this. I didn't predict that it was going to be this little product, because I did see the pots and I was like, well, I don't want to dip my finger in it. You know, I was on that mentality. Like, I don't want to dip my finger in it. Like, I want it to be like squeezable. And I thought I was going to get at least a ketchup pack's worth of lip gloss. Did not happen. So in hindsight, I think you're absolutely right. Heather says, I already watched Angelica's review and it looks amazing. Congrats, Tina. So we're going back and forth between Tina and ketchup, Tina and ketchup, Tina and ketchup. Never thought I would say that. Never thought I would say that. Mallory says, the ketchup collab made me laugh, so I appreciate the creativity. They should at least give you a usable amount of product. I agree. Emily says, I thought the lip gloss would look a little more like ketchup. I thought so too. And then I was thinking I kind of like the ketchup color better as a lip gloss. I think that's a pretty color. I would wear that. Totally. It's funny because if you look at the pictures from their marketing campaign, the people in the pictures have like caked on like a bunch of gloss, a bunch of ketchup or whatever. I bet you in these 3 packs of ketchup, there isn't enough ketchup to put on as much as they had on the model for the advertising for it. Different Tina says, it's a money grab. Took sense to create, I'm sure. This is how you stay in the black and not go bankrupt. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I think there are probably a lot of people that agree with that. I'm kind of on a different side of that. And the packaging was really nice. Like, this is what we paid for. This is probably what we pay for. I would imagine, like, from my limited knowledge of how much packaging costs, this packaging probably was maybe $4 or $5. It's nice. It feels nice. Like, it feels like an eyeshadow palette. Like, if you think about like it's got kind of a NARSy feeling on the outside. It's very nice. It's a nice packaging. Like, it feels like something that a nice eyeshadow palette would come in. you know? And then the inside is the same packaging. So like I could see this as genuine like makeup packaging. And then like the branded box and everything, this is getting another couple dollars or whatever. Paying for the artist to make the art, because the art is super cool. I really like the art a lot. The art is cool. Look at me trying to justify. The art is super cool, but that's what you end up paying for is the art aspect of it. So, I mean, is art a money grab when you're using another brand to promote the art? I don't know. Are all businesses a money grab? I guess if you're creating quality product, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's an interesting point. Thank you, Tina, for bringing that up. Indigo says Jen took the L for us. I did. I did. And that's okay. It's all right. I don't mind putting my L's on the internet. I don't mind. Sandra says, I like to watch videos about gimmicky products, but I'm not spending my coin. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what I'm here for. You're welcome. Mari says, for that amount of money, it should contain at least a lip gloss amount in size. Yeah, I think so. Or even like a half, even a deluxe sample, like even this much, because this is a sample size of lip gloss. This came in like a gift pack. I think in holiday of 2019, 2020, something like that. I got this. Like you'd think that it would be, this is like half the size of a full size Fenty. So you think that it would at least be that much. Like I was thinking I'd be able to fill it to at least here. Not so much, not so much. Oh, it's time to go. Now it's time to say goodbye. Jenny, thank you for being here for your first live. I'm happy you're here. Yeah, Rachel, pitiful amount of ketchup. I agree.
A little bit further down, that Marie person who just clicked on the comment said, in hindsight.
Oh, in hindsight. I love it. I love it. I'll click on it. Fenty was just the vehicle. I think so too. Hi, Annie. Annie says, I'm mad for you. I'd be so mad if I got ketchup. They should have just sent one ketchup sachet and the rest lip gloss, though. Yeah, but I think it was the fun of opening it to find out what it is. Where did it go? I want to click on the comment that John talked about. I don't know if I can find it. I don't know where it went. But yeah, in hindsight. I love it. I love puns. Puns are fun. All right, we're 2 minutes over now because I can't shut up. Thank you so much for being here in live chat. I hope you had fun today. I know the topics were kind of all over the place, but those were stories I wanted to share with you. So hopefully you had fun going on the journey with me from talking about kids and makeup to talking about ingredients to talking about my friend's palette to talking about ketchup. We talked about a lot of things today, and I hope you had fun for the ride. Thank you for being here. Next week's chat is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time because I do have an early market that day. So 5 p.m. Eastern next week. And yeah, I'd love to. Have a great week. Stay safe. Use your mouthwash. Talk to you soon. Bye.